thank you all very much for coming. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Rich Fuchs. I am the president of SHPOA. I have the honor of filling that role. Just completed my first year as president. I've been on the board for a number of years. I was the treasurer before that. That's why the finances are so messed up, and I had to turn it over to somebody else to fix. That's when you know, when somebody leaves a job, you know it's time to go because it's a mess. So my successor has done a great job. This is our second and final meeting for this current year. I'd like to start off, if we could, my apologies to everybody. We failed to do this at the last meeting, but we are going to do it this meeting. If everybody would please stand, turn toward the back, and if you could recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. For those of you that have been members for a while, as you know, we do our June and September meetings. I love the June meeting. The June meeting always says summer's here. It's the beginning of the year. This is going to be great. I don't like this meeting as much. And it's simply because it has nothing to do with all you being here. It has nothing to do with the meeting itself. It's just that it usually signifies kind of the end of the summer season. And it was quite I hope you all had a great summer. I know I did. Despite some of the things that happened during the summer, it was a great summer. I was thrilled to be here. And I'm looking forward to next summer already. I'm already making plans for next summer, and I hope you all as well. So with that, I have a couple of thank yous, and then we're going to kick off into the agenda. First, I want to thank, again, ID Insurance, Sam Weirman, who has graciously sponsored our refreshments this meeting. He did so, his firm did so at the last meeting, and so I just want to say thank you to Sam, and if you're looking for somebody to help you with your insurance needs, go see Sam. He's the time. The second person I want to thank, these are brochures that we had put out about, I guess, 4 years ago now. They're public safety brochures talking about bicycle, motorist, and pedestrian safety. We had put these out, and the police have been distributing these to renters, to residents, anybody, for the last several years. They ran out, and they have been trying to republish them. So we agreed with them to reprint the brochure. We updated it. It talks about bicycle safety, bicycling laws. It talks about the motorist responsibilities. It talks about use of bicycle lane, pedestrian responsibilities. And so we just reprinted 1,000 of them. We're going to get them out and distribute it to the police so they can hand them out. We're also going to get them into some of the real estate agents where renters come. We're going to get it to some of the merchants. But the reason I pointed out to you is our former president, Frank Byrne, kindly agreed to print these up for us at no cost. And I won't tell you what the cost would have been had we gone to a printer, because we did look at that, and it was pretty significant. So I want to say a special thank you to Frank for taking this on and reprinting this very, very vital piece of information, which is about public safety, and that's going to be part of the topic for today. So again, to Frank Byrne, thank you. To Sam Weirman, thank you. First order of business, I'd like to introduce the current board of trustees, for those of you that weren't here at the June meeting. I'm going to start with my officers. My vice president, Jack Gallagher. Looking around to see who Paul Grady is. Paul's our treasurer. Okay, he's working this out. See, I told you, he's still trying to fix the books. Heidi Yacker, our secretary. She's back. Our Chief Information Officer and head of our Communications Committee, Homi Kapadia. He's the gentleman who's been responsible for all the information. I also want to introduce Councilman Reese Moore over here. Reese is our council liaison, and as we said before, we are building a very close working relationship with council and with the mayor and the borough administration. So when you folks send us something in our post box, our contact box, that says, hey, can you tell me about this or that? Invariably it goes to Reese. And Reese is the person that helps us get the answers that we feed back to. So it may look like we know what we're talking about, but we do only because of the efforts of people like Reese, Bob Smith, Mayor Judy, and others from council. So again, a very, very valuable part of the SHPOA team. Returning trustees. There are trustees that are going to be rejoining us for the second or third years. The trustees are elected for a 3-year term. Cynthia Burton, in the back. Beth Ann Greaser. I think I failed to introduce Beth Ann last time, so I'm going to introduce her twice. Kerry Wendell, who was unable to be with us today. Scott Jarden, our man on the camera. John Knoll, trustee who's unable to be with us again today. Ted Kessler, our medical director. So the decision to move outside versus using the Harbor Theater. And we had originally planned on using the Harbor Theater, but because of the developments with COVID and the situation in the state, we made the decision to come back outside again. Ted is the gentleman who really gives us a lot of input and a lot of thinking around how we should view the issues around COVID. So he's been providing invaluable input this year, in addition to working on everything. Joe Meyer, here's Joe, here, okay, there he is, thank you, Joe. Tony Tenari, Tony's the organizer of all of this event. And Jeff Fuller. Jeff is over here, okay, and Jeff's going to be doing the sustainability presentation. So those are the returning trustees. Now, in addition,
Paul, Brady just came.
we did, he introduced him as an officer.
I know, but he wasn't here.
Yeah, we got it. Okay, so there are some trustees that are leaving us this year. Their 3-year terms are expiring, and so I wanted to introduce them and ask you to thank them for their years of service. Kathy Hammer is a trustee who was with us for 3 years and was so invaluable in terms of our membership efforts that she agreed to stay on for another year. Kathy has completed her term. Kerry Mulvey is another trustee who's been with us for 3 years. Wally Bishop, y'all know Wally. Wally's been a trustee for the last 6 years. I've been on the board about the same time as Wally has. Wally has completed his second 3-year term and is departing the board. And we thank Wally for all of his work around sustainability. Steve Hudson is another trustee who's leaving. Leonard Pfeiffer, Leonard's over here. Leonard is leaving us. And finally, and I will not forget him, Marc Yacker, because I did forget Marc at the last meeting, so I refuse to forget him. So Marc is departing as well. Now, with that, we have new trustees coming in to replace them. And one of the actions is that the board of trustees nominates, goes through the process of nominating new trustees. We've nominated 5 new trustees, and we have to ask you under our bylaws for ratification. So I'm going to read off the names of these trustees, and then there's a 6th one that I want to explain a little bit. I'll start with that. So Beth Toolin is a trustee who's been with us for the last 3 years. We have a provision, so our bylaws say that a trustee can serve 3 years. But our bylaws provide that if there is a decision by the trustees that a particular trustee has particular expertise that we feel is incredibly valuable, we are permitted to renominate them for a second 3-year term. That's how Wally stayed on the board for 6 years, because of his invaluable expertise around the issues of sustainability. Well, Beth is similar. Beth has enormous expertise. She's part of the flood management committee now in the borough. She works with the borough on that. She is our probably go-to person on issues around the wind farm. She's probably spent more time studying this, listening to presentations, etc., than anybody on our board. And we know that that's going to be a very important issue. It is now, but it's going to continue to be a growing issue as things move forward. So the board made the decision to renominate Beth because of her expertise for a second 3-year term. In addition, we have 5 new trustees, and I'll ask you to hold your applause, but please ask them to stand up. So let me start with Susan Barrett, Mantura Gallagher, Josie Rich, Jay Blackman, and Chris Yates. So these are our 5 new trustees, and we're thrilled. The expertise, this is probably the strongest group of new trustees we've had in the 6 years that I've been on the board, in terms of the expertise and the skills they bring. And they fit like a glove with the things that we need. So we're really, really happy about these folks putting themselves forward, being willing to put the time to join our board. So with that, I'm going to ask all of you, the members, for ratification. And basically, simple voice vote. And so for the 5 trustees I've named, plus Beth Toolin as a renominated trustee, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Didn't hear any. Thank you. The new trustees are ratified. Thank you, Beth. Okay, so that's business. So let me go through the agenda very quickly, and then I'm going to turn it over to the presenters. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is public safety. Jack Gallagher, our Vice President, is going to moderate a panel on the topic of public safety, and we're blessed to have with us today Chief Thomas Shuda, Chief of Police. We have Deputy Fire Chief Robert McClure, who's going to be talking to us, and also our beach captain, beach patrol captain, Sandy Side, is going to be joining us as well. So that's going to be a very, very interesting presentation, and Jack has a lot of questions I know that he wants to ask you. The second piece of the agenda will be a sustainability overview. So Jeff Woolery, who is taking over from Wally Bishop as our sustainability chair, is going to give an update on where things stand on the sustainability issues. For those of you familiar with it, that's our so-called 4 legs of the stool. That is beach management, bay management, flood management, and water conservation. And then finally, last but certainly not least, Mayor Judy Davis-Dunhauer is going to join me, and we're going to get an update, kind of a state of Stone Harbor. You may recall that at the June meeting, Judy was joined by Bob Smith, and we had an extensive discussion about the issues facing Stone Harbor. So we thought before we all depart for our winter homes, be that in Florida, be that in Pennsylvania, be that in Texas like me, hopefully this year we don't get any freezes, or be that here in Stone Harbor. Thought it'd be interesting to hear from Mayor Judy what we can expect, what we should be looking for the next 9 months or so until we all regather here in Stone Harbor. Then we'll also present our Citizen of the Year. This is something we do annually. The trustees have voted on the Citizen of the Year, and we have a very, very worthy recipient of the award this year. We're going to announce the winners of the photo contest. Hopefully you all send your photos in, and good luck to all of those who have contributed. And in between sessions, we're going to have raffle drawings. Hopefully when you checked in, you gave us the raffle ticket. And those are going to be for something that's incredibly valuable. That is free memberships to SHPOA. So I know you're all members, but we'll just give you another year or multiple years for free. So hopefully it'll be interesting. We've taken a lot of feedback from members in terms of what they wanted to hear, what they wanted to ask, and that's how we put the agenda together. So without further ado, unless I've forgotten anything, anybody? I'm going to turn it over to Jack and the public safety panel.